question.
Yes.
With our company, we've got several different branches in the States, but we don't actually have access to like the Victoria files, New Zealand files, or vice versa. They don't have access to us. Now with this, you know how you said you've got your share and you've got your personal. With the share, will we be able to get into their system, or because they've got all their job files, all their...
No, you will be able to access only that particular page for which you have got necessary permission.
Okay, yeah.
For instance, let's say I've logged in as Daniel and I work for the HR department.
Yeah.
So if I log into the HR site, then only I'll have access to this edit page. If I come to the training site and let's say I do not have necessary permission, I will not get that edit page.
Okay.
So it's on the basis of the permission. If you have got permission, yes, you will be able to edit the page, but let's say you want to edit the page for a particular sub-site and you do not belong to that particular department. So obviously you do not have any user accounts for that department. So you will not have access to that.
Right now,
It's on the basis of the permissions. So let's try to add a web part. So in order to add the web part, you can either click this one or this one, does not matter. So let's click on add a web part anywhere. Once you click on that, you should have the web part gallery. So this is the web part gallery. Select any web part just to test it. For instance, let's say I'll scroll down and look for search. So by default, each and every site will have a search bar. Now let's say you want to enhance the search functionality for this particular site by adding few more search specific web paths. So I can select, let's say, advanced search box and people search box. So once I've selected the web paths that I would like to include, you scroll down and then click on OK. Sorry, add. Click on add. And then you, if you're not happy with the position, you can simply click, drag and put it somewhere else. Let's say this people search box, instead of here, I would like to move it after the calendar. So I can click, drag and drop. So once you are done with the editing, click on this section, exit edit mode. Now this is your published version. See, I have successfully added 2 different web paths to my site. Don't worry about the positions because you can always change the position of these web paths. But this is how you can add additional web paths. Clear how to add web paths? Now if you want to delete the web paths, it's also very simple. You need to run this under the edit mode. Click on site action, edit the page. If you want to delete, click the drop down and select the delete option. Now it's a very common mistake sometimes we do. Refer to this cross. Remember, if you want to delete any particular web path, it is always edit and delete. This cross is not equivalent to delete. This is just turning the visibility off. Sometimes what we do is, by mistake, instead of clicking this edit and delete, we click on the cross button. Now if I click on the cross button, see what happens. Let's say click on the cross button. You can also try that one. Just click on the cross button. Obviously, I will not get that particular web path, but I have not deleted that web path from my site. So let's say a particular web path, you do not want to work with that particular web path and you want to delete it. By mistake, if you click on the cross button, you are just disabling the visibility mode of that particular web path. But the web path will be still existing for your site and it will be using resources, it will be using space. Okay? So let's say by mistake I have closed a particular web path. Now the question is how to bring it back. Okay? I've just closed the people search or advanced search box. Let's say now I want to bring it back. If I click on add a web path and then if I select advanced search box again, that means I'm adding another instance of advanced search box. I'm not adding the search box which I've closed just now. Okay? So these are some of the differences you need to remember. Okay? Now if you want to bring back any closed web part, instead of selecting any menus from here, refer to this section, Advanced Web Part Gallery and Options. Click on that. On the right hand side, you'll get something like this, which is equivalent to your SharePoint Web Part Gallery. It has got New Horizons Learning Center within bracket 39. So that means we can add 39 different web paths, and these are all those 39 different web paths. I can select, drag and drop. Now we will mainly concentrate on this section, the closed web paths. Just now I've closed one web path, so if I click on this closed web path section, it should display the web path that I've closed just now, which is our advanced search box. So if you want to bring it back, you can click on that particular closed web path, drag and drop. Once you have done that one, come out of the edit mode. Now you should have that particular web path.